Hello and welcome. My name is Esther. I am an artist, a spiritualist, a healer. I do most of my work in person with groups and one-on-one clients, but I just decided to also start videos on here just to remind you if you stumble upon this message or this video and you find it resonates, it's meant for your highest good, because ultimately we all have each other and everyone's going through something on some level. So just to know you're not alone and you're worthy and you're valuable. And so hopefully you find either a learning or a lesson in these videos, or at least something that brings you a little bit of joy and happiness. So I wanted to use these oracle cards from Michael Singer. He's actually an author. He wrote The Untethered Soul. And it's an amazing book. Teaches you a lot. I recommend you read it. So these are actually the oracle cards from that. Oh, thank you. So we'll just see what messages come out that you need to know for your highest good. So the first card is ultimately, the only way to know about God is by letting your being merge into the being and then seeing what happens to you. Okay, so authenticity. If you go very deep, that is where you live. You live in the seat of consciousness. A true spiritual being lives there without effort and without intent. Yeah, so this is really a reading so far. I'm really sensing that's really coming home into you, right? It's like inner exploration and authenticity. And yeah, honesty, right? Just speaking your truth, living your truth, just being you and not trying to be anything other than that, other than just to heal through the shifts this year and then re-dive into exploration of the self, right? And because that ultimately leads you to your healing. So that's a beautiful thing. Already this is looking amazing. So if you're beginning to do that, and if you found this and it's resonating, then most likely you are already doing this, and that is to, reapply your habits, your patterns, your ways of learning and doing that are more constructive for your highest good. So you're starting to take care of yourself. So maybe you're eating better, you're maybe taking courses that you're actually interested in, you're doing more of what you want and what you align with and what you actually like. So that is a very beautiful and brave and freeing element, but it also takes courage, right? It takes the courage and the resilience, because ultimately, although it's for your highest good, you're still stepping into the unknown. So there's an element of trust there. And that's where I think it's really valuable what you're doing, because it takes effort and it takes work. So keep going, because that's amazing. And when you can kind of re-dive into your authenticity and just be like, I can just be me, then that's a really powerful place, because ultimately that just leads you to the truth of your life and true alignments in your life, because authenticity attracts more authenticity. And when you can show up in your wholeness, others can accept you in your wholeness and appreciate that. And then the right elements that are really for you can come into your life, whether that's relationships or career or aspirations or, yeah. The other card says, who is having all these physical, emotional, and mental experiences? Notice who is experiencing the experience. Realize that you, the experiencer, have a certain quality, and that quality is awareness, consciousness, and intuitive sense of existence. You exist regardless, thoughts or no thoughts. So it says awakening consciousness on that one. That's very much like self-observation, right? So inner accountability, being able to look at yourself and really be honest on where should I shift? Probably a few different places, right? Like, to step into authenticity and even spiritual awakening it's not easy. It's not like, oh, this is all love and light and la-di-da. Like, no, that's the perception. Like, it comes with positive ripple effects, yes, but it takes immense work. It takes courage, it takes resilience, it takes the willingness to move through pain, to rise up when you fall hard, you know? Like, it's like to pick yourself up even when you fucking smashed right down. Like, this year, I think, has been so hard on people. Like, just so many tears, I think, from a lot of people as well. Just like, it's such an emotional year because it's been such a transformative year. And so it's intense, right? But the only way to move through it is by looking at you, right? You have to shift you, the inside first, and then the outside. And you understand that, right? Like, that's the key. That is the key element of this year. And that's why this year is so challenging, because it's honestly about human resilience, right? It's about your strength. It's an opportunity of growth. It doesn't look like that. It actually looks fairly overwhelming. And I mean, a lot of us would probably like things to just slow down, ease down. Can we kind of take one challenge at a time, not like 5 all at once? Like, my nervous system is giving out. But that's the thing. Like, just know, like, move through it. Just allow yourself to move through it, but don't stay there for so long, right? Then allow yourself to come back into gratitude, coming back into, I choose better for me. I choose to heal and make better choices for my body, my mind, my soul, my health, my actions and reactions, you know, where I need to take more accountability, where I could honor the self more so I can honor others around me more. You know, like, this is the opportunity of change, right? Because we always have a choice point, right? When you have, you know, an obstacle or challenge in your life, right? The obstacle or challenge, you can either allow this obstacle and challenge to weaken you and succumb to the suffering, right? And sometimes we do. When we need to release the emotions, we crumble. Self-loathing, you know, pity, things like that. That brings us down in energy, right? And then we let it go. We let it outpour and release so that we can re-rise with that choice point of that obstacle and challenge, and then begin to choose the learning and the growth and the strengthening from it, and rise that element up into what becomes new capacities and our wisdom, right? So that's a beautiful element, but it takes immense willingness to not only observe, but to be really radically honest with the self. And that's where the accountability comes in. That's where you can kind of allow the new kind of views to come into the mind, right? And observe the self and be like, yeah, you know, where could I shift for the better? Because when we hurt or when we hurt others, that never helps anything, right? And when others hurt us, it doesn't help anything. It doesn't help them. It doesn't help us. Just like if we hurt others, like, that doesn't help you. That just makes you suffer more and hurts outside of you. So it's like, you may as well raise the self, be that of something greater, and therefore you can affect those around you with a beautiful ripple effect, right? Like a wave of kindness and inspiration. So it shifts the energy for the better. And when you choose you, when you honor your light in tandem with what you need to release through the changes or through pain or loss or tears or sorrow this year, or mental health is a big one for people right now. So just know it's okay. It's just because you're shifting, you're moving through things. Nothing's wrong with you. You're just healing. and you have that capacity of that choice point, you are strong, you are resilient, and you are going to rise above it. It is going to become a part of your strengthening in your future self. You're going to become that much greater, that much stronger, that much more resilient, but most importantly, you're going to discern and choose higher for yourself. And your way of being is thus going to be higher. So this is wonderful, as much as, and I'm sending so much love to everyone, because this year has not been easy. It's been, oof, holy moly, have we ever been hit with a challenge? This has been an intense year for the majority of people, So the last card says, you are not your thoughts. You are simply aware of your thoughts. Exactly. So with that, it also kind of rolls into self-observation, right? And observation of the mind, the healing of the throat chakra. It's like, you are not your thoughts, you are simply aware of your thoughts. Your thoughts are powerful. We're in a place of like immense, like heightened energy around manifestation. What you think about, you bring about. So this is a time where being mindful and aware of your thoughts is vital, and allowing your thoughts to be the remembrance of a byproduct from the heart, right? Just like the sun and the moon. The sun shines bright, it is its own light, just like the heart, the sun. And the moon in the unseen is also vital and very important, but it reflects the light of the sun. It doesn't have any sun, it doesn't have any light of its own. That's just like the heart and the mind. The heart is what reflects into the mind. That becomes the subconscious, it becomes our beliefs. That's why we heal and transform everything through the heart. That's why the heart is so vital to humanity right now. But in understanding the mind, of a reflection of everything that is streamed through the feeling, through the heart, right? Even as children, if we were hurt, our feelings were hurt, the heart was hurt in some capacity, it shut down some element of you, or became a pain or a subconscious belief of some sort that is not constructive for you and is healable through the heart, but it's streamed through the heart. Just like goodness or love or positive elements that stream through our heart, they light up our mind. When we are joyous, when we are in love, when we are happy, our mind thus as well sparks anew. It's vibing high. Dreams, aspirations, and manifestations for your highest good can then flow in. Now, the important element of why I'm saying this is because the heart and pure love can also stream just from you. In fact, it should stream there first. For only then can you also truly receive love and give love. So when you're thinking of this higher vibration through the heart, through the good feelings, through the receiving, through the allowance of reopening to life, that is what emanates the magic into amplifying your capacity to draw in that is truly for your highest good, that is truly meant for you, and you're doing exactly that. So your willingness to remember that you are not your thoughts, you are simply aware of your thoughts, is a remembrance of the understanding of the wisdom of your heart, the understanding of the awareness of your own value and worth, your inner honor, your inner love, your inner acceptance of self, your capacity to remember your joy, to have fun and play. Just because we grow up doesn't mean we need to ever lose sight of the joy, play, and wonder. In fact, we should always come back to that. Come back to the play. Don't lose that childlike spark, because that's where the magic is. That's where the inspiration is. That's where the imagination is, right? And manifestation, creativity. We're going to get some sacred symbols here. Because, just remember, you know, if this has been a really hard year, it's coming to an end. It just means you're transforming. You're moving through things, and that's okay. The process of moving through and transforming is, it's always painful. I'm sorry to say, but it's always going to be like growing pains, even when it's for your higher good. It's just because you're stepping into new energy, and your nervous system and your mind and your vibration, all of it has to recalibrate to harmonize with the new energy, right? So it's okay. Just let yourself kind of move through it, and don't be gentle. Be kind with yourself. And just remember, sometimes it's like slow and steady wins the race, and that's totally fine too, right? Like, just breathe, try to play, and yeah, everything's all right. Also, I'm sorry, I'm just getting over a little bit of a cold, so my voice has been a little bit scratchy. However, yeah, I'm like a jazz singer. Anyways, we're going to get the Sacred Symbols deck. I love this one, the Eye of Horus. Beautiful protection. So, Sacred Symbols, please, Spirit, for the highest and best good for the collective, what they need to move through right now, what they most need to know in their road of healing right now. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, we'll take both. Oh, I'm a snake. Transmute 44 on the bottom. That's beautiful. And important. So you got, oh my gosh, lucky and soulmate. That is so special. What sweet cards. Okay, collective. Well, first and foremost, we'll start with lucky because that came out first. So with lucky and the horseshoe, this means that, you know, transformation for the better. Things are turning in your favor. Things are beginning to change for the better. And that is because of your willingness to connect to your heart, like we were just talking about, right? With the green in the horseshoe, green is also the heart chakra. It's also money, it's wealth, and good luck, prosperity, growth, right? Nature, green. So green is truly coming into your abundance and good health in many ways. So this just means that you're being reminded that your willingness to come back to the growth in you, right? The heart, and your willingness to really take accountability of where you need to grow for the better is really what's bringing in this transformation, right? Now you're hitting a lucky streak, and it's also leading you to soulmates. But this also is an inward process, and I feel like I'm speaking more towards the inward for the collective today. Now, this could mean relationships or friendships, sure, but primarily for the majority, and what I'm feeling the most, is your inward relationship. So this is your self-respect. These are your boundaries. This is your inner honor coming back. You knowing your worth and your value, and being re-inspired by you. Allowing yourself to re-explore, like, what do I actually like? What do I actually want? What do I actually want to experience, right? Like, this is where you're kind of shifting your awareness and your focus and your attention back to harmony, right? Balance. And being like, yeah, I may be going through a lot, but you know what? I'm doing my best. I'm going to get through this. I'm going to rise. I'm going to do my best to really come home to myself, re-explore into myself, you know, really be honest about where I need to shift or grow, or really honor the people in my life and everything that I do in life, but also to honor my own body, right? And coming back into being like, you know what? No one is perfect. Everyone makes mistakes, right? Everyone goes through challenge. But the key is that we also rise up. We also can move through it and become greater because of it. And that's where your choice point begins to rise, right? That's where it's like this glow up energy and this level up energy because of your willingness to really honor what needed to shift, honor what needed to be surrendered to and let go of, and honor, honor the inner love of whom you are. I'm gonna pull, I think this one, Earth Warrior. Okay, so this is for just like inner honor, and regardless of gender, these are such beautiful oracle deck cards. So Spirit, best advice for the collective in regards to this reading today, please, Spirit. Thank you so much. Collective message for the highest and best good for those who are viewing this, for those who need to hear it. Thank you, Spirit, for the highest and best good. Oh, all right. Who knows? Maybe I shouldn't look. Oh, let's see. Well, it's pretty quiet, isn't it? Okay, Spirit. Okay. Let's see here. Oh, 2. So first, you got, wow, this is the owl. That's really beautiful. So this one is, it says Aluka, Aluka Vahana. And it says, grace of she who rises the owl, or rides the owl. Grace of she who rides the owl. Aluka Vahana, cosmic owl, delivers the presence of goddess Lakshmi into your heart. Wow. Owl is a creature of night, and Lakshmi is a being of light. The unexpectedness of the association holds sacred meaning. Precious gifts will arise from as yet unrecognized sources. Lakshmi evokes the flowering of the abundance and prosperity, beauty and love, wisdom and enlightenment. She corrects injustices and restores rightful inheritance, energizing the path to fulfillment. She is the symbol of relief and return to the light. Settle any unnecessary or doubt. Surrender any uncertainty or doubt as you focus your positive attitude on gratitude and grace. An unexpectedly luscious liberation is assured. Wow. Very nice. So it's immensely clear you are transforming into, honestly, such a beautiful, beautiful light to the planet. And I thank you, because it's your willingness to step into you and to shine your bright light for everything that you do and all that around you. And that is a gift, because that is ultimately the evolving that humanity is going into. The consciousness evolving is like, as soon as you shine your light and you lead your life that is more authentic and joyous for you, that is a vibration, that is a resonance. You become one of the greatest healers by just a way of being, by just being you, by just walking down the street. So it's immensely appreciated and valued, because your joy, your happiness is the happiness and the joy of all that around you. And it translates into all that you do as well. So what a beautiful card, collective. And that's because of all this transformation this year. So just know, like, you're not alone, and it's good. It just shows, you're changing, you're growing, you're shifting, you're healing, but for the better, because you're re-embracing you. This is all to teach you and to raise you into the true you, right? You also got, wow, oh my gosh, This card speaks volumes. Another owl, ancestors, earth. There's also a leopard or a lion. Transformation with the butterfly. It also looks like rebirth in the womb there. This is amazing. So this card is actually blessings of kumu. Blessings of kumu. So it says, no good thing shall be withheld. And the moon there too. This is such a magical card. Resources are coming to you now. Cultivate unwavering expectation that the universe will provide all good things with generosity and best timing. It is not foolishness, but wisdom that chooses such unconditional faith. Provision of all required resources is a certainty. The only variables are the details of how the journey unfolds. You are loved, encouraged, and guided to heal through every experience, every choice. You are finding your own way to live that is grounded in your grace rather than struggle. Trust the resourcefulness, responsiveness, and creativity of the universe and your own ability to receive and express such bounty with warmth and skill. This is incredible. What a blessing. What an absolute blessing. And first you're riding the owl and now you're guided by it, right? Like you are it. This is huge. Well, this is very much prosperity, right? This is glow up energy. This is like, okay, I am me, I am free, you're essentially free to choose how to lead your life forward, right? Like you feel more free in your capacity to do what you want to do. All right, final advice from Star Codes Astro, just because this is such a powerful reading that I just really want to see the advice for you. Wow. Because it's such a big reading. Like this is a big deal. This is a lot of work that you've done. And it's incredible. Wow. Okay. So you got Virgo, digest. So I think there's clearly now, where I am right now in the world is actually fall. So this is kind of when the weather changes, but it's also harvest season in many ways, since the moons that happened in October, and we're ending October now, are coming to the closing or closer to the end. So this is kind of like digesting and also now you're coming into a harvest, yes, but you're also processing, digesting, and releasing what was that you've had to learn to let go of and move through and move beyond in the recent past, most likely, right? And that had a lot to do with probably relationships or career changes or just different elements that you went through in obstacles or challenges this year. And that's a loss in some way, or a grieving in some way, or even maybe having to also figure out abundance, right? But you got progression. Wow. So time and the wheels of change here, journey. So you're preparing to shift into the new, right? And that's why you're moving through everything that you had to let go of past, and where you've shifted and changed this year. And that was really evident in this reading because you have a lot of forward movement. This is kind of like, reminds me of the wheel in tarot. It's like this turning point, right? This wheel of change, the time is now. And the odds are in your favor, right? Especially with the luck on your side. And really coming, honestly, this reading, it's really good. It's very much in your favor. Like whatever you're doing, you're really, really, you should be really proud. You've been willing to do the work. You've been willing to heal and move through all of this time, and to allow yourself to choose better and to grow better and to be stronger and wiser. And that's because of your capacity to trust the self and to come into your third eye, your wisdom, your awakening. You got Pisces and sensitive after that. So this is really about the reblooming, right? It's coming into understanding that your sensitivity, because you're most likely a highly sensitive soul, especially if you, kind of relate with all of this deepening of the energy body of the heart, of the feeling realm. That's very Piscean. Pisceans are very feeling realm in their energy typically. And so this is about where your sensitivity and the two fish, right? And the reblooming, it's like this is where it's also balancing in the light and the dark, and it's becoming that of your superpower, right? It's becoming that of an asset. And your sensitivity is working in your favor because it's also translating into a higher intuitive capacity, but also your ability to discern and move through the world, because you understand your energy in separateness from that around you. So it's coming into more of a harmony within and understanding your boundaries and your own autonomy. But also, just peace, more peace within, I think, right? So you can be calm even within the storms, but you also understand your shadow and your light aspects within because of all this inner soul work that you've done, right? With soulmates, but that was the inward soul work, ego death, transformation this year, radical inner honesty and willingness to make those changes and those shifts for the better to help you grow, right? You also got Taurus, cultivate. Yeah, so you're cultivating a brand new way of being, right? You're now courageous. You're that stag, that leader, taking more of a leadership role in your life and a courageous stance forward. Being strong and resilient and really knowing your worth, your value, and standing strong in your identity. And that stag spirit really does also represent like a leadership role. It's about taking charge in your own life and being responsible for yourself, right? Not looking outward for validation, but rather to understand that the only one who validates anything is you. That's really what matters, because what other people's experiences are for them, right? And what really matters is whom you are and how you show up in life. Yeah. And then you got dignified, strength. Wow. So you're really stepping it up. You're really going into a brand new door. You're entering a brand new life, brand new chapter, brand new book. And it's also kind of like endings and new beginnings, right? One door closes, another one opens. So it's really about your strength to believe in yourself, to keep going and not to give up, because you've been doing the work and you are doing the work currently. So Spirit's just saying, like, do not give up. Do not give up hope. Keep going. You know, Spirit knows that it's been exhausting, it's been tiring, it's been a long journey, but everything is truly in your favor. And that's because of your willingness to not give up, to keep forging forth in better habits, routines, your willingness to just grow and to shift for the better and to realign your life that aligns with your higher timeline, you know? So moving the body, exercising, honoring the body. What a beautiful reading. So thank you so much. If you found this, that's also really rare. So please like, subscribe if you like, or if you found these valuable. But yeah, I just appreciate you, and just know that like we are all in this together. And truly, your success is the success of everyone. So thank you for your willingness to do better. Thank you for your willingness to choose you again and to pour that love back into your own heart from you. Because you deserve to shine, and that is quite evident. And your willingness to heal is highly rewarded. And that's very clear. So much love and light to you. Please like, share, comment if you would like, or if you find this valuable, and we'll see you soon. Cheers.